Hi, I got a new toy. And what better thing to test it on than some ornaments? I came downstairs earlier and picked out a few bulbs that should work for this project, but I also have these to look through. I was actually planning to post a new episode of Create This Book today, but I saw some of you ask me to paint ornaments or do some sort of Christmas DIY, so I thought that this was a good holiday spirit type idea, and it was actually totally by accident that I came across it. Friday morning, I had just woken up. I went on Facebook and I scrolled down just a little bit, and one of the craft pages I follow had this post. Initially, I was just gonna skip the holidays altogether since it's pretty late, but I figure I can get one in, squeeze it in there, and try this because it's really cool. I'm gonna start with this kind of messed up ornament. As you can see, the paint has done this. It's kind of splotchy. You can see the silver underneath the magenta. So if it gets messed up, it's fine. I figure I'll also do an entire devoted video to testing and reviewing this. I have some different tips for it, and I can kind of make it like the wood burning video that I did a while back, the one where I tested the Versatool. So here's the moment of truth. I'm gonna just get my hair off to the back. Probably would be fine, but I don't want it to get twisted in the tip, that is for sure. We'll just start on the lowest setting, which is 1, and I'm just gonna try to do some little carving on here and see how it goes. Ready? Aww. Hey, cool. Oh, it feels so weird. Here's what I just did. I switched to a diamond point tip. It is number 7134, and it is a 1/8 inch shank. It's meant for carving, engraving, sculpture. So I figure this will be great for etching. I don't know what I'm gonna decide to put in the title. Probably carving, even though it's technically probably not that. Whoa. Oh, would you look at that? Craig left his mark. I also tested with a 106 tip, which is a little bit thicker, but it's also harder to use. There's less control, it bounces around, so I think I'm gonna stick with the first one. Leo. In honor of my beautiful but very silly cat, Leo, here is a cat face, but it went a little bit awry when I got to the whiskers, and yeah, they are very shaky and blob-like. Now I'm going to attempt to create a design that actually looks presentable. So I'm going to do an abstract flower design here. And if you guys weren't sure or were just wondering about what type of ornaments I'm using, definitely the plastic shatterproof ornaments. Don't try to use the glass ones or whatever other type of delicate ornament there may be. Definitely go for the plastic ones. They won't break when doing this, unless maybe you have a very heavy hand, but I have really good luck with these. A lot of them have silver underneath, but later you'll see that some have other colors. I really like the silver because there is more contrast. Oh, and here is where my Dremel got tangled in a paper towel that I was using to hold the ornament. I don't have a makeshift holder for this, and I wasn't sure how to get it to stay in place, so I just kind of have it cradled in a paper towel, or a couple of them, and that seemed to work pretty well. But of course, be a little bit more careful than I was. No harm was done to either the Dremel nor the paper towel, really. I mean, it got a little twisted, but I'm still using the same one to carry on here. and it was a little bit difficult, of course, to get very even strokes, and you know, some of them look a little bit tilted or just not perfect, but with the nature of carving on something that is round and not flat, that is something that, you know, you're gonna have to take into account. I think with practice, you could get really amazing at doing this, but I find that darkening the lines kind of helps to disguise some of the flaws, and I ended up shading in the middle of each petal a little bit too, and that made it look like this. I think it looks pretty cute. So here's my first design, but stay tuned because I do have a few more that I'm going to make. Also, here is what happens when you live with a cat and you're trying to do an ornament project.
What do you have there?
He literally tried to steal them from me.
Leo, I know you have an ornament, buddy. Can I have it back?
Thank you. So as I mentioned, not all of the ornaments are going to have silver or white or a light color underneath them. This star, for example, has a black base. So when you carve off the gold or whatever color you have, I got these from Target, by the way. I don't know where the blue ones, or wait a minute, those were from Big Lots, I believe, like a very long time ago. It is now post-holiday season as I am editing this video, so not quite sure how many places you're going to be able to get these from, but I do think it would be a really cool idea to use these for year-round shenanigans. Why did I choose to use that word? For example, create a Valentine's Day tree, or like pink and red and silver and put hearts all over them. I don't know, but I feel like any craft, most crafts, could be used all year round. Even if they're seasonal, they can be tweaked to have a different theme, I guess. With the star, not much going on. I just did an outline and then I did these kind of swirly shapes. I think it kind of reminds me of The Nightmare Before Christmas. Ooh, how fun would it be to create a bunch of spooky ornaments and make a Halloween tree for next year. I also had a few glittery plastic ornaments, so I tested on this one and it does work. The glitter got all over, but you know, it's glitter. Here's a little snowflake design. I didn't show the process on camera, but it is really pretty, and I think it's actually one of my favorites. Next up, I'm going to do a very abstract design. At first, I wanted to do a bunch of dots and make them different sizes to go around and radiate into a swirl, but that did not work out. So as you can see, I decided to just kind of scribble on it, and this is a technique called scumbling in drawing. It's used for shading and for just like background texture. So I decided to do that and make the dots all different sizes, and I think it turned out kind of cool. I think it reminds me a little bit of marble, a little bit of like a peacock feather, maybe some ripples in water. What does it remind you guys of? And don't say garbage, please. Not much contrast with this green one here because it does have a dark base, but I did this heart, a very simple design. You don't have to get super intricate with these. But I did decide to put a little bit more detail into this big pink one. I'm sure if you've been with my channel, you're not surprised that I included a cupcake in this video. I actually, a very long time ago, created entire cupcake ornaments, like turn the ornament into a cupcake. They're very cute. I'll link it below. But yeah, this one I just did a base, a cloud-like fluffy shape, a cherry, and then some lines for the sprinkles. And this little Let It Snow one, I think that writing on them, maybe putting someone's initials, monogram them, writing in cursive is pretty easy, it flows well. All right, so now let's take a look at them all on the tree. Here is the ornament family of carved, etched DIY. Please let me know in the comment section below which design is your absolute favorite. I hope you all have a very happy new year and that 2021 is better for all of us. We definitely need a break from this 2020 madness. I just hope that there's a lot more happiness and a lot more growth. I hope that a lot of you are able to reach your goals and accomplish so many more things than you did this year. By the way, if you have any video requests for me, leave them in the comments below. I want to make 2021 a lot better here on SoCraftastic as well, and just do so much more and be a lot happier. Thank you guys so much for watching. I forgot to film an outro, so this is it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye! What am I doing?